Hold on, folks. Sorry about this. Need to put this over here for a second. I actually have it connected to my battery right now. I'm charging it as I'm doing this. The reason I'm doing it right now is because my computer has decided to do a major Windows update, which is at 25% right now. So, yeah. But I thought I'd come on here just, right now to kind of give some live follow-up on my thoughts on the video I did earlier, where I talked about a couple days ago actually, where I talked about ThunderCats Roar, the new series that's out on it's coming out in 2019 on Cartoon Network, and yeah, pretty much not a lot of people are thrilled with this new series. Just checking something there. But yeah, not many people are thrilled with this new series, and it's understandable to see why they're not thrilled. I mean, quite frankly, you take a look at the animation and you take a look at the art style, and then of course you hear what the guy has to say about, oh, I want, this lends itself more to comedy, the environment, the environment and everything, as well as that this is the Thunder, as well as he closed out the behind the scenes video by saying this is the Thundercat show that he would want and hopefully everybody else would want. And quite frankly, no, no, it's not. That's not the case. Because right now, a lot of people, and I mean a majority of people, old and young, people that people that grew up with the original 1980 show, saw the reruns of it, people that have seen the 2011 one and felt that's more of a faithful reboot than this one is, have all basically spoke out against this and pretty much have all said basically the same thing, that this is a show, that this is a reboot that does not need to happen. This is a reboot that potentially my update Windows update is at 29% right now. Um, that this is an update. Hold on for a sec while I do something. This may do a disconnect. Hold on. Yeah, but and my computer just restarts. It's going to go through several restarts because of this reboot. But anyway, like I was saying, um, not a lot of people are thrilled with the announcement of this new show. I mean, the guy basically said that hey, it's the show he would like, he would like, and hopefully others will like as well. And like I said, that's not really the case because the backlash it's getting is it's kind of not really, it's unheard of. Well, it's not really unheard of, but it's more along the lines of, if this guy thinks this is going to be the show people want, this is going to be the reboot that of an iconic show, an iconic franchise that's been going, that's been around for 35 years, going on 35 years. If he thinks this is, what fans want to see, then he's mistaken. Because, a lot of people have said, including myself, the show lent itself to comedy. The show lent itself to, um, you know, to being a perfect balance of comedy, drama, action, adventure, stuff like that. You know, it lent itself to all that and gave it a perfect balance. This here is more along the lines, from what people like I can see, is nothing more than just another capitalization on the success, I guess, of Teen Titans Go, and that's what they want. What it looks like to a lot of people, including myself, is they want to do a hybrid. It looks like they want to do a comedy show that, well, if he's true to what he says, and that, oh, this is actually going to be this and that, this and that, this and that, and this and that, um, then you know he's going to have to really surprise us. He's going to have to really show us that this is exactly what he says it's going to be. You know, that this is going to be the show that we want to be part of the legacy of ThunderCats. Because honestly, and it's back to updating again, it's about at 30%. So I guess when it gets to every 30%, it's going to have to restart or something. Um, anyway, the thing is, he says that this is the basically he's just saying that this is going to be something that we're all going to like, that it's something that he likes and that we're going to like, and that, well, that in turn we'll like. And here's the truth: you can't say that without really proving that it's going to be something that we're going to like. I pretty much have said that. This looks like the kind of show to the kind of. I mean, this basically looks like the kind of comedy show that a parody show, whatever you want to call it, because Teen Titans Go was nothing more than a parody, and I talked about that. They even did a crossover with Young Justice to kind of allude to that. Um, but the thing is, this this is not a Thundercat show people want. This is more of that kind of parody that Teen Titans Go was, and still is. It's a parody. I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, I said it best. I think I said it best in one video, in that audio video I did on it. I talked about the fact that this is the kind of take on Thundercats, this being similar to Teen Titans Go and all that. This is similar. That not only is this similar, but I could see moments taking place in the show that would definitely prove that this is a parody. This is definitely what he says. It's a comedy more than anything else. I mean, his argument, his counter argument of you know, people not liking the show is, oh, for every comedy, every every action scene, it lends itself to more comedy, and more comedy scenes lend themselves to more action. It's like, seriously, it's like, dude, that's not how it works in a sense, unless you know what you're doing. That's not how it works. It's not how it really works. The way it works is basically you basically either go one way or the other. And right now it looks like they're going the comedic route, because I could see a moment happening in the show where um, down the line, where, let's say, Tigra or even Lion-O, if they want to go that route, ends up kissing uh, Chitara on the lips, on the cheek, and the way the show is being portrayed and being hyped up about and sympathized on, or synopsisized on, I should say, I can see Chitara getting a kiss from Tigra or Lion-O, or even some handsome stranger, new character or whatever, and she ends up melting into a puddle of goo because of that. She does what's known as the lustful melt gag. I wouldn't put it past them to do something like that. I wouldn't. I wouldn't put it past them to give someone like any of the characters, Jatara, Wily Kit, whoever, maybe some new characters, these once um, one-time only powers of elasticability, where they can stretch their arms, shapeshift into inanimate objects, shapeshift into different characters, melt, liquefy down to a near melted state or whatever. I wouldn't put it past them to give someone like a Chitara or Wily Kid or whoever those kind of powers in this series. because they're saying, hey, we want to lend this more to comedy. Well, here's the thing: you want to lend it more to comedy, that's fine, but what you're doing is you're taking, like I say, an iconic franchise like ThunderCats, and you're turning it upside down. Now, I said this in the audio in my audio video on it, and I'll say it again. Hopefully, this guy looks at the backlash he's getting. This Victor Cornwright looks at the backlash he's getting, and realizes, that maybe he needs to tweak a few things. Because you want people to like this new take on ThunderCats. Hey, more power to you. But maybe what you need to do is actually tweak it just a bit so that it is more attractive to even the older fans like myself. Because if you could tweak it to the point that we could say, yes, now it feels more like a good, more that we could be like, yes, now it feels more like a blending of the original Thundercats that we grew up on and what he's hoping for. You know, if he can do something like that, sorry, I just had to check something right there. But if he can do something like like that, if he can do something like that, we'd be totally grateful. But right now, it seems that he's determined to go the route he wants to go. And all I could say is this: if he stays the course of wanting to go the route he wants to go, and going the direction he wants to go in, then this show, it's gonna fail. I understand there are people that are saying, "Hey, look, give it a chance. Watch an episode or two. Maybe you might be surprised about what you might be surprised about what you get, and that might be true. We might be surprised. We might be surprised at the fact that, oh, hey, this is a take on Thundercats that's actually pretty good. That, oh, I guess we were wrong. We thought it was bad, but it's actually pretty good. I mean, you take a look at shows like Steven Universe, for example, and no one thought that was going to be good. And look at where it's at now. Look at where it's at now. People are talking about the recent season finale. Finale is one of the most talked about finales, animated or live action, recently this season. A lot of people a lot of people are talking about it, and a lot of people are either positive or negative about it. So yeah, there is a chance Thundercats Roar could end up being like Steven Universe. It can end up surprising us. It can end up being something that you know we we would least we would not expect at all. We would not expect something like a show like this to become a success, to become popular. But right now, it doesn't look like any of the information or even the animation is even any of the information or even the sneak peeks that we got, you know, video clips, if you will, or characterization of certain characters like Lino in that video, in that one hyped video, is making us any more excited than what this Victor guy and Warner Brothers wants us to be. So hopefully, maybe they'll all listen to what people like me have to say and other fans have to say, and maybe they'll tweak it a little bit to where perhaps fans like me will finally give it a chance, or maybe the next time they do a trailer or they talk about it, it will feel more appealing to the older fans because maybe there might be a slight familiarity to it that wasn't there before, and that's because hopefully they will tweak it to do that. I mean, I can say this with all honesty, if they expect this to get a huge um, popular ovation or reception at San Diego Comic Con in the next month or so, they are dead wrong. Because the moment that Victor guy walks into Comic Con this year, if he goes, he's going to get booed right out of the building because people are going to know who he is and what he's doing. So hopefully They might have some more news going forward at Comic-Con that might make things more appealing. But if I'm them and they're planning to bring this out in 2019, which potentially could be the beginning of the year, then I use the rest of this year to tweak what I'm going to do. I tweak what needs to be tweaked, I change what needs to be changed, so that even if I want to keep it going in the direction of comedy, at least it'll still have that familiarity that fans are used to seeing with Thundercats from the previous generations. You know, it's funny though too. Everybody talks about My Little Pony Gen 3 as being the worst generation of ponies, and then Gen 4 came around and put it back on the map, and as you can pretty much see as a result in my room, yeah, that's you can pretty much see that that's the case. Heck, you can even see that on television right now as we speak. But the point is it took a fourth generation to make the ponies popular, to bring them into a pop culture phenomenon that it is now. So I just don't get what's the deal with third generations, why they have to go through these awkward stages. But you know what? Maybe this might be a third generation reboot that again might prove us wrong. But right now it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it, especially with the way he presented Lionel in that video clip. It's like, yeah, you're not off to a good start, dude. And again, I'm not going to put it past him that if in this series a character like Chitara ends up melting into a puddle of goo after being kissed by either Tigra, Lionel, or some new handsome character that comes onto the scene in an episode, and she, after that kiss, ends up melting into a puddle of goo. I wouldn't put it past them to do an episode where Chitara or Wily Kid or whoever for one time only, as a one-time deal, gets the power of elasticability to where they can stretch their bodies, shapeshift themselves into different shapes, into inanimate and just different shapes, shapeshift themselves into inanimate objects, maybe even vehicles or whatever, into other characters, liquefy themselves down into a melted state of near, liquidation. I wouldn't put it past them to do that with this new series if they want to go the direction they want to go. But we'll just have to wait and see what they got planned. But if I'm Victor and I'm on Warner Brothers, I do the right thing. I listen to that backlash. I take all those opinions, mostly negative right now. I look through them and I start tweaking what I need to tweak. I start changing what I need to change so that even if I want to go down the route I want to go, hopefully will make it more appealing for the older generation of fans of Thundercats. So hopefully they do that. And like I said, again, it might, even if they don't, and it surprises us and becomes a success, like Steven Universe has become, then hey, we're the ones that are gonna eat crow. But we'll just have to wait and see. So let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. Thank you all for tuning in live, and I will talk to you all later. Peace out. God bless.